One of the trends that I see that specifically is going to change the way database administrators work in the future is these new storage arrays. And I'm going to use Pure Storage as an example. I'm a real fan of Pure Storage. It's an SSD sort of based storage that's able to reduce your costs and more importantly improve performance. So I worked with VMware to get a team or a room full of Microsoft SQL Server MVPs in a room to learn and look under the covers of their technology. And Pure was kind enough to provide the storage array. And as we got this room of about 15 of us, and we started to try to put a workload on the storage array, we couldn't even bring it to its knees. Now, given enough time, I would argue any technologist can bring any technologies to its knees. But what really caused all of us to take a look loud and clear was the more we threw at it in terms of IOPS, the more this thing thrived, and we never saw the stress point. And the most common source of problems in a virtualized environment is the storage array, and a common source of problems is I/O. As a DBA, I can tune I/O or I can tune CPU, but I'm always making trade-offs. So for example, I add an index to minimize I/O. And now, as I look at these storage arrays and how they're evolving, it's clear to me that in the next 5 years, DBAs aren't even going to think about the storage layer. It's just going to perform at a level that's appropriate to the database, and they're no longer going to have to go do things like separate logs from files. It's really going to be about, I need 50,000 IOPS, and can the storage array support it? And I'm not going to worry about where it gets stored. And now take it to the next level. You now have hyper-converged architectures, where you have all the layers of a traditional multi-stage environment from CPU, memory, etc. in one simple device that's easy to manage. Nutanix is an example of this. SimpliVity are examples of this. And so there's really some really interesting things happening in the technology front, specifically around storage and hyper-converged architectures that are going to be game changers for how we manage databases in the future.